Rebecca Moore.
And I'm Ava Claire.
And welcome to
WB Chicago.
A recent zombie outbreak has been the cause of much discussion in Chicago as of late. Professionals call it, and I quote, a shocking phenomenon escalating rapidly with no end in sight.
9-year-old Sarah Grace disappeared last night, and it is believed that whatever zombified other victims are now taking hold of Sarah. Currently, we have no information on the current outbreak, but we would like to warn you of some signs and symptoms. Sarah Grace exhibited strange behavior after waking up from a long nap 3 days ago. She was very groggy and remembered none of the math she had learned in her past month of school. She also expressed difficulty in writing about the Egyptians, a subject that she had learned about 2 days before.
Upon talking to Sarah, her mother and teacher realized that she suffered from short-term memory loss, otherwise known as anterograde amnesia. We believe that this was due to hippocampal damage, as the hippocampus is responsible for short-term storage and relocation of explicit memories to long-term storage. If you see anyone exhibiting these symptoms or similar symptoms, call 911 immediately. Good morning, this is Rebecca Moore.
And I'm Ava Claire.
And welcome back
to WB Chicago.
The outbreak has escalated quickly, as predicted, and no one is safe. I repeat, no one is safe. Sarah Grace's mother reported finding Sarah Grace, but the warm welcome she expected was not received. Sarah Grace was slovenly, and as Mrs. Grace pointed out, looked as if she were starved for human flesh.
Sarah did not recognize her mother, nor did she respond when called by name. We have been informed that her hunger for flesh is likely due to damage to the hypothalamus, but we look to Dr. Baxter as a more legitimate source.
Good morning, Dr. Baxter. Do you mind explaining this to us?
Of course, Eva. The hypothalamus is responsible for directing several different maintenance activities such as eating and drinking. It acts as a reward system, and it's closely related to emotion. As far as we're concerned, the zombies are maybe possibly getting gratification, but we're not sure, which can actually explain why your mood may improve when eating a delicious snack. In Sarah's case, in other words, the damaged hypothalamus only allows gratification in the form of human flesh. We're not very sure if the gratification ever comes. However, we do know that it would explain the zombie's seemingly irrational behavior. Also, they may move slowly, but they will risk life over losing a limb to soothe their insatiable cravings.
Sarah seems almost emotionless. When a man came up to her with a gun, ready to shoot, she didn't even flinch. She seemed fearless.
This would relate to the amygdalic damage. The amygdala consists of 2 lima bean-sized neural clusters whose functions are linked to emotion. With damage to both sides, as the amygdala is bilateral, emotional aggression and fear may be significantly reduced. I'd also like to bring up that what I and several other neurologists have found to be the cause of the outbreak, if you don't mind.
Please, go ahead.
It's caused by the parasitic white fungus that infects the bloodstream through the bitten transmission. Bug, animal, human, and physically impairs the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system through deterioration of the myelin sheath, causing neural impulses to slow. Further, CNS neuron deterioration damages dendrites and ruins neurological communication in some areas of the brain. So in essence, different areas of the brain can't communicate with each other, and many areas are deteriorated to the degree with no normal functioning can occur.
That's interesting. Is there any precaution against it?
Actually, not really. It's caused by a parasitic white fungus that infects the bloodstream through bitten transmission. This can be by an animal, a human, a bug, any type of thing like that. And it physically impairs the central nervous system, also known as CNS for short. The peripheral nervous system sees through deterioration of the myelin sheath, causing neural impulses and to slow. CNS neuron deterioration damages dendrites and ruins neurological communication in some areas of the brain. In essence, different areas of the brain can't communicate with each other, and many areas are deteriorated to the degree which no normal functioning can occur. The fungus seems to be taking effect even faster. Originally, in Sarah's, for example, it took up to 3 days for the parasitic function to fully exist. Yes, well,
Oh my God. Dr. Baxter?
even though this is a very odd and terrifying experience, I find it very important to relay the information and continue. This is a picture of Tommy. He was mutilated and massacred by 9-year-old Sarah Grace due to her state. Next part that I will let you know about is the cerebellum. It's very important. It's part of the brainstem. If it's damaged, it's in the rear of the brainstem, so that's where you'd want to watch out for. If it is damaged, it will make you unbalanced and it will make your movement very impaired and coordination will be very difficult. Also, the cerebellum plays a key role in forming implicit memories and storing them as well. Individuals with the damaged cerebellum may also be incapable of developing certain conditioned reflexes. Our zombies are extremely uncoordinated, and if you see here, the physical movement is not smooth.
We should leave, Dr. Baxter. She might get in.
I'm a neurologist, not a wimp. I will go on for the sake of science and for the sake of our lives. Rebecca, dear, please leave. Exit the facility. There is no food here, no human flesh.
Would the pawns have anything to do with the zombie-like behavior, Dr. Baxter?
The pons serves as a bridge between several areas of a brain and controls the muscles responsible for chewing and biting. But chewing and biting is obviously not a problem with these zombies, which indicates this area of the brain is still functioning. But pons deterioration can also cause extreme delay in transmission of messages between cerebellum and the cerebral cortex. Now, for those of you watching, please do not change the channel. We're in a state of emergency right now, and this information could save a life. If you see a zombie, the best advice I can give to you is run and hide. Don't think twice and feel free to ponder. Recollect that these creatures aren't very fast. Just make a move, but when they get too close.
Yeah, sorry. Dr. Baxter, we're running out of time. We have a soap opera coming up next. Speed it up a little.
Alright, so the medulla oblongata does what it sounds like. It controls breathing and heartbeat, sneezing and swallowing.
Doesn't do what it sounds like, sir.
Well, yes, it does. Anyways, we found that the medulla only has partially functioning due to parasitic fungus. Zombies can swallow, but technically have no heartbeat. For lung use, at least. Both of the heart and lungs have been overtaken by the fungus.
Does the fungus have a name at this point, sir?
No, not right now, but we call it a parasitic white fungus. Stop interrupting me.
Sorry.
Moving to the thalamus is known as the brain sensory switchboard. It's located on top of the brainstem, directs messages to the sensory receiving areas in the cortex, and transmits replies to the cerebellum and the medulla. We have concluded that sensory processing is still present in the zombies. They can taste and to some extent feel touch. The thalamus, therefore, is intact enough for sensory input to continue at some basic level. Smell is related to the functioning or olfactory bulb, which receives smell input from the nose. The reticular formation, finally, it's responsible for arousal. It is mainly intact with zombies as with extreme damage. And mainly intact zombies, as I was saying, in extreme damage, they would be comatose. In fact, from what we've seen, zombies do not sleep at all.
Are you done now, sir?
For now, yes.
Do you suppose we leave now, sir?
How would you propose to get out, cameraman? We're in a closet. There's only one door.
Good question, sir. I say we make a run for it.
You only live once. I agree.
No, sir.
What do you mean, no, sir?
The zombies are alive. This is like their second life or something.
Well, technically they're dead, cameraman. Let's go before it breaks down the door.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, Dr. Baxter. Would you mind?
I can't help it. You look at me funny.
Welcome to WB Chicago.